Welcome to Mental Models Daily, where we explore one mental model each day to help you elevate your daily decision-making. Today, we're exploring a fascinating concept that's revolutionizing how we think about productivity and problem-solving: parallel processing. Parallel processing is the idea of handling multiple tasks or processing multiple pieces of information simultaneously rather than sequentially. While computers do this literally with multiple processors working in tandem, humans and organizations can adapt this principle to dramatically improve their efficiency. It's like having multiple assembly lines running at once instead of a single line doing all the work. Let's look at a familiar example from the restaurant industry. In a busy kitchen, parallel processing is essential for survival. The chef doesn't wait for one dish to be completely finished before starting another. Instead, multiple dishes are prepared simultaneously. Vegetables are chopping while sauces are simmering, and desserts are baking while main courses are being plated. It's like an orchestra where different sections play their parts simultaneously to create a harmonious whole, rather than each instrument waiting its turn. In the business world, parallel processing has transformed how companies operate. Software development teams use it through agile methodologies, where different features are developed simultaneously by different teams. Manufacturing companies apply it by running multiple production lines concurrently. Even in construction, different teams work on different parts of a building simultaneously: electricians, plumbers, and painters, all operating in parallel. It's like building a car where the engine, interior, and body are all being assembled at the same time, rather than one after another. So how can we apply parallel processing in our daily lives? Firstly, we can use it to optimize our daily routines. Instead of completing tasks strictly sequentially, look for opportunities to overlap compatible activities. You might listen to an educational podcast while exercising, or let your laundry run while you're cooking dinner. It's like being your own efficiency expert, finding ways to make the most of every minute without feeling overwhelmed. Secondly, we can apply it to project management. When planning a large project, identify which tasks can be done simultaneously, rather than assuming everything needs to be done in sequence. This might mean delegating different components to team members who can work concurrently, or starting certain long lead time tasks early while other work is ongoing. It's like solving a puzzle by working on different sections simultaneously, rather than completing it piece by piece from one corner. Lastly, we can use parallel processing in our learning and skill development. Instead of mastering one skill completely before moving to another, we can develop multiple complementary skills simultaneously. A programmer might learn a new programming language while also improving their design skills. Or a musician might practice different aspects of their craft, technique, theory, and composition in parallel. It's like growing multiple plants in a garden, each developing at its own pace, but all contributing to the overall harvest. In conclusion, parallel processing reminds us that the shortest path between 2 points isn't always a straight line. Sometimes it's multiple lines working together. By identifying opportunities for simultaneous progress, we can achieve more without necessarily working longer hours or harder. Thank you for joining me today on Mental Models Daily. Until next time, may your processes be parallel, your efficiency be high, and your productivity be multiplied. For more mental models, please visit mentalmodelsdaily.com or find us on X or Instagram. Our podcast music was provided by the podcasthost.com and Alitu, the podcast maker. Find your own free podcast music over at thepodcasthost.com/free music.